Ah, well, greetings, friend. Yeah, so going through the third house this time. Been a while since we've been there, the House of Tanks, yeah? And I kind of skipped over a build, something that the Health Berserker reminded me of, the Health Monk. Yeah, a bit of a strange one. Initially, this was a tank monk, and technically it is. Like, I made this to be a tank monk, because yes, monks can tank for a party. They do have a prominent skill, which is pretty nice. It didn't require hitting an enemy, which is always a good thing. But yeah, monks can do that, and also their evasion makes it so that they can evade not only damage targeted at them, but also the redirected damage from prominence. And the party member still takes half damage like normal, so it's a win-win situation for the monk. And again, it's kind of like Warden, in that it's a different flavor of tank over the basic Guardian. You know, Guardian is more of a wall that doesn't die. Warden is more of a support tank that is more offense oriented, you know, because it has to make use of its shield steal ability. And Monk is kind of like Warden in that they're offense oriented, but they avoid damage as opposed to taking reduced damage. I mean, well, they still take reduced damage, but you know, they're a little less tanky than a Guardian and a smidge less than a Warden. They're kind of the same almost, but yeah, their main thing is evasion, so a dodge tank essentially. But for this purpose, or the purpose of this video, I will go to the health monk, mainly because health builds are more solo oriented anyway. Uh, Despite there not being any synergy between health and monk, like at all of their skills and passives don't really synergize with a health build, kind of like Berserker. You know, Berserker has their final passive, right? Which is all about percentage of your health. And the only thing that a monk really has is lucky, because lucky will make it so your deflect chances are rolled twice and take the higher result, of course. And deflect damage is pretty nice on a health build. It's around 100 or so, depending on what path you are. But yeah, that's kind of the only thing it has. Of course, there's also horse stance, but any path can take horse stance. I guess any warrior or rogue could take horse stance and get the regen, which is based on your max health. So aside from that, though, it's just lucky, right? And yeah, deflect damage is nice because bruisers, which is, you know, kind of what I go for, a bruiser being pretty good at solo, they would hit for, you know, around 200, 300, maybe 400, depending on the enemy's defenses, right? So having a deflect, which is like, you know, something that happens on the enemy's turn, you don't have to do anything for it to happen. You know, it's free damage essentially. So having that hit around for 100 as opposed to like, you know, 50 or 60, it's kind of nice, I must admit. But yeah, so Health Monk is an odd one. Go to the food here. Now, a health build is a health build. They need their health food. But normally I would have heal power on a health build as a third option, as opposed to the slightly more health you would get from the grilled rat. I didn't even notice it was a grilled rat. I don't look at the name of these things. That's it's a bit strange, but okay. Um, Normally I would go to heal power, but one, I don't really have it on this character because kind of burned through them all. But two, it's a monk. Monks, um, in terms of their survivability, they're pretty much on par with warrior, but they don't have the sustain that a warrior would have, or the warrior paths, because Berserker has this final passive, which doesn't heal that much, but it's definitely something, and also it's just always there if you're at low health. And Wardens have a shield, which, considering that they're a tank, then not many attacks can get through their shield, so they hardly take any health damage, at least from physical enemies, right? All Monk has is evasion, which isn't as reliable as just healing or shielding. So through some testing, I found that instead of that, having magic defense, or just something that covers their low end defense, which is usually magic defense, is a bit more effective. I mean, 120 magic defense is a lot, so getting my magic defense up to, well, my standards of Bruiser being at 300 or so, despite it being a health build, that's pretty respectable amounts of magic defense, and yeah, it's a little bit more efficient, which is it's strange. Normally, I would go for heal power no matter what, but it seems just lowering the damage you take overall for a monk is more efficient because they don't really heal themselves that well. Again, they have what a warrior would have, but just with evasion instead of shields or lifesteal, right? Talking in circles and all that. So that's that. And also, normally I would have the magnetic boots, but I've kind of grown fond of the mud boots here. A lot less health, less than half of the health, but free attack and also some more heal power, which again, can never have too much heal power. The magnetic boots, the only thing I was using them for is the health. Warriors don't really need defense. I mean, firepower is nice, but not really necessary. And the water resistance reduction, not the best resistance to have lowered in this game. So, yeah, and basically, I kind of save the magnetic boots for the mage health builds because they could use the defense more and the like. So, excuse me. So I started putting the mud boots on all my warrior-based health builds, especially the ones that aren't mixed passive, which this is not. Because again, like I said in the Berserker video, if I wanted this to be mixed passive, it'd be really close to just my normal mixed passive monk, which I rather not do. Because I'm not a big fan of making builds that have very similar trees and whatnot. So, but yeah, enough rambling. So, got my food. Also, yeah, I had to re-record this. That's why I'm missing some charges. The first run, I kind of died because, well, 3 Stormy Eyes back to back is not good for any warrior. It's not good for anyone really. So they kind of killed me. So I did a redo, but the recording software had crashed. So doing it again, having a good time. It's all right. It was a pretty decent run all around. I'd rather not start with Boggy Chubby if I can help it. Windy Puff, that's fine. Windy Puffs hit hard, but I hit harder because they're weak to physical and water. So I can start off with the Rooster Crow and get my evasion buffs going, which is always a nice thing. Flame Spark, resist physical. Going to use my Wind Wall, something I've also started doing. Well, not started doing, something I do with my monks that have Wind Wall. I kind of use that to get my defense buff as opposed to my On Guard. Just to get thrust going. I don't know why I do that on monks and not on other warriors. It's just something I do for certain enemies, as it were. Fire Wind Shield. Lucky can't get away with that. I guess I can. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Typical tank enemy. You hit it with Wolf Blow and burn it down. So it's low on health. I'm trying to look for a decent buff option. I could go with Wind Wall again. But I probably should get my On Guard going, because those deflects are really useful against Golem. And the Golem is like the next enemy, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, sure is. Golem. I have initiative. It's a little weird. I don't have that much agility. I have no agility, actually. None on my gear, none on my tree. I guess Golem doesn't have any agility either. It's a toss-up, but he usually wins, so... Also, a lot of good damage there. I didn't really see it, but I know it deflected, and I think I deflected, and yeah, that killed him pretty fast. Now, oh, water mirror. Yeah, just like I said before, getting through these early rooms. You know, when you're level 100, you don't really struggle until the halfway point, when the more advanced enemies start showing up and the like. Water mirror does a lot of magic damage, but I feel like I could take that on. Yeah, not too bad. Probably should use vibrating shield. Yeah, for things like this, because vibrating shield is nice for the old windy puff and their high magic crit damage. First rocky pebble. Gonna heal a little bit. Let's see. So I do have to use Wolf Blow, but I would prefer to have my defense buffs active so I can use Thrust. Because this is an early Rocky Pebble. I don't want to be using my Stunning Blow to kill them just yet. And I guess my crits will help out too. I don't have that much crit chance either. I guess I'm just lucky today. I don't know what room it is, though, so I'll heal. Yeah, 364 health, a heal, and a health build. That's not a lot. You know, health builds, they heal for like 500 or 600 usually. Oh, well, okay. I forgot I have the magic defense food. That makes more sense, yeah. All that magic defense really hampers your healing received, because that's what defense does in this game. Make it balanced and the like. Okay, Phantom Core is not exactly the best thing to be finding on a monk, because monks use water, and if you hit Phantom Cores with water, they throw poison right back. And you don't want to be poisoned on a monk, because they don't have a whole lot of a healing to, counteract the poison, so... Yeah, also, I probably should be using my evasion buffs more often, but no one's perfect, eh? A fire cup, so I will use On Guard here. Yeah, just in case you buff up and hit me, which you are. You shouldn't hit that hard, but you will sting a little bit. Yeah, okay, not too bad. It's a good opportunity to get On Guard up, because I know from monks, especially the rogue warrior monk, the 50-50-50 monk, having 3 purple skills, kind of hard to find an opportunity to use your buffs. You know, another flame spark, just using horse stance to get my evasion and regen going again. I should not be taking augmented damage, because if you don't know, augmented damage is more than what burst damage is, but it's Flame Spark. I'm a warrior with On Guard up. They're not going to hit that hard, right? Because they're a physical enemy. And it's going to Swan Song away. I guess I'll use my Ox Awareness. Normally I would save it for the event chest, but there's a good chance I might run into it before it expires. Good evasion there. Really good, really strong attack there. And there's that evasion event chest I was talking about. Not sure how this hit for 1,000. That usually doesn't happen. I mean, I know it's the Windy Puff and they're weak to physical and water. But 1,000 though, that's a lot. I guess it was a crit too, but yeah. So event chest, I would like to burst you first. So let me get on guard going, just in case you bite me, which I'm pretty sure you will. We are both monks at heart. We will dodge around each other until one of us strikes. That's how it goes. Yeah, not quite a one-shot, as I figured. So it's going to bite me now. Only one evasion up, though, and I can likely heal. Yeah, okay. Not too bad. Last leg of the journey. That's a little strange. Normally, a monk would have trouble with healing by this point, but I still got a cauterization, a life surge, and a couple of mystical strikes too. It's a bit strange. I guess it's a good day for a monk. Not too shabby. A fire cup, that could prove a bit dangerous if I don't one-shot you. But I'd rather not use my last Rooster Crow. Rooster Crow is kind of expendable. I mean, it is medium damage, but all it offers is that +1 evasion. It's not that much, It also has 4 uses, so you can kind of throw it around willy-nilly. I'll use the old Recharge Blow, which I didn't even realize I had that many of. Yeah, it's a pretty good run, I suppose. Lucky run. The last run wasn't this good. I was running into so many Fire Wind shields. I was out of everything, but I guess that's this game. You never know what you're gonna run into. Another water mirror. Using vibrating shield because at this point, at this level, water mirrors hit pretty hard. Despite them being a tank enemy, they kind of hurt if you don't prepare. So, let's see. What do I want to finish this off with? I've got a Fireblight on me, so I probably shouldn't be using any earth. Okay, well, I didn't expect a crit either. Last boss is Golem. That's fine. I am a warrior. That should be fine. Gonna use Rooster Crow. I evaded. Okay. Not that bad, actually. I'm getting pretty lucky with the evades. Yeah, despite me not having on guard, I'm still not taking that much damage. So. Yeah, again, not too shabby. I mean, it is Monk. Monks do struggle here and there, but, they can get the job done. Somewhat. Yeah, so pretty chill run, pretty uneventful. There wasn't really that many hiccups or anything. It wasn't low on health at any point, as far as I know. But yeah, this is mainly a tank monk anyway, so hey, it's nice to have options, I guess. And yeah, I do have a second health build or a second health set for more heal power. I was testing to see if reducing my health slightly would sort of help the low health or the low healing situation. But really, monks have access to so little healing. I mean, I say so little compared to what a warrior would have. That pumping it full of heal power isn't always the best. You want some heal power, of course, but all you really have is cauterization and life surge for healing skills, and I guess technically Recharge Blow, but that's not really gonna steal that much anyway. So yeah, you just get more defenses, which I'm rambling on here now, but it's a little strange because my original monk, way back over here, it had a bunch of defenses and very little heal power because Ox Awareness used to give regen. Regen isn't reduced by your defenses, but it heals you. So yeah, and this monk was struggling, so I gave it a bunch of heal power, and it helped it out. Yeah, but I gave this build a bunch of heal power, it didn't really help out. But I gave it more defense, and it kind of did. I don't know why that is. It's just weird. I guess it's because this build does have an extra healing skill. Also, a lot more. Well, not a lot more heal power. It's about the same, really, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, I gave it more heal power, and it worked out for it. This was the old set that had lower heal power, but a bunch of resistances too. I don't know. But yeah, again, rambling, talking in circles. Good old monk. It does it to you. Act like a monkey, start going around in circles, you know? But yeah, that is all. Pardon the rambling. I shall see you around, I suppose. Ta ta for now.